before we start, I just want to say to all of y'all, how you doing? I hope everybody, every one of y'all had an absolutely, positively wonderful weekend. I know it was a beautiful weekend for me. I just hope it was the same for all of you out there, especially you Cowboys
The more
fans.
things change, the more they stay the same.
All right, Joe, let's get right into it. Stephen A., I'll start with you and your Cowboys.
Yeah.
Was Dallas robbed?
Absolutely, positively not, I must say. Listen, do I think that the play should have been called? Absolutely not. I do not believe that should have been called. I mean, for letter of the law, rule, right there. Clearly, Michael Gallup had his arm extended, and according to NFL officials, that is a call you should make all day, every day. No argument there. But in the end, when you look at how pedestrian the Dallas Cowboys offense was, what is there to say? 3 points in the second half? You got Michael Gallup. You got the $100 million receiver in Amari Cooper. I know Blake Jarwin got hurt and all of that other stuff, but the bottom line is this. When you look at what the Cowboys have in terms of their arsenal, Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott, etc., there is absolutely positively no excuse why you were limited to 3 points in the second half. You're Mike McCarthy. You should have kicked that field goal to tie the game earlier instead of going for it on 4th and 1 and throwing a 2-yard pass. Ultimately, that ultimately got stopped. You just got 2 yards, for crying out loud. That wasn't going to get it done. Kick the field goal, tie the damn score, and put yourself in a position to win the damn game down the line. You should have done that. You got away with an interference when Jared Goff got knocked upside his head by Aldon Smith, who, by the way, balled. And if he stays healthy, this dude is going to be comeback player of the year, because look at the kind of impact that he had. But in the end, this offense was relatively predictable. It was relatively pedestrian. You still got the same offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore. You had the number 1 offense last year. But the bottom line is, as things change, they remain the same. It was supposed to be a difference with Mike McCarthy. It wasn't. It was the same old. And then he goes for the numbers game and let analytics rule the day. That's his fault. I understand the one play shouldn't have been called, but letter of the law, it was offensive pass interference, bottom line, and in the end, that wasn't what lost the game for them. What lost the game for the Dallas Cowboys was the fact that they were too damn predictable, they were too damn conservative, and Mike McCarthy, to me, this is a bad day, because that's why you lost the job as the head coach in Green Bay, because you were considered a bit archaic and relatively conventional with an elite quarterback like Aaron Rodgers at your disposal. So if you were accused of being those things back then in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback, now that you have Dak Prescott, we shouldn't have expected you to be any different. You weren't, and as a result, that's why you lost this football game. Plain and simple to me.
Well, we agree that they weren't robbed, but we disagree about everything else, because you're changing robbed. We're really talking about that offensive pass interference play. Now, first, let me say this. The Cowboys weren't robbed, and I think going for it on 4th was a good idea. I think more coaches should not be scared to lose. They should be trying to win. And that was the right thing. Be aggressive. It just didn't work out this time. Why are you playing for the tie? You want to get to overtime? Well, I don't get it. Try and win the game. Don't give up 25% of your downs because you're scared that you're going to fail. Try to succeed. So I don't have a problem with that. But in terms of the robbery, Stephen A., and yeah, it's the LA defense, and it's on the flip side, the Cowboys defense not getting it done. We're talking about the pass interference call. Should it have been called? When I first saw it, I thought, that is ticky-tack. You got to be kidding. They're hand fighting down the sideline. That's normal stuff. At that moment in the game, you don't call it back. But when they showed the reverse angle, the fact of the matter is, the Cowboys lost the game, if you want to blame it on that play, because maybe they just get to overtime, they could lose in overtime. But if you want to blame it on that play, the Cowboys lost that game because a good player made a stupid play. Gallup had him beat. Gallup had maybe the most talented guy in the business beat down the sideline. Who initiated contact? I know it's like ticky-tack stuff, it's normal, but actually it was Gallup. And at first, Ramsey has his hand on the outside. And it's incidental. They're just running down the sideline. Then Gallup brings his hand to the inside. That's when Ramsey hooked it, because Gallup, who had separation, He had the play, was trying to create more. I don't know, he felt the pressure that Ramsey was putting on him. Once he put his hand there and Ramsey hooked it, Gallup then pushed off to get the separation. So actually, Gallup initiated contact on a play that he had won, it looked like. Ramsey was smart the way he responded to it, disguising it, but also, no, I'm not going to let you put your hand there. And then Gallup pushes off. They actually, I know it's ticky-tack. You don't want to see that decide the game. That may have not decided the game anyway. But they got that call right. If fans are talking about that play as, oh, the Cowboys got robbed, they're wrong.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.